sometimes characterized as a belief, an intellectual posture. But as Mahatma Gandhi famously said, you must become the change you wish to see in the world. And the outcome about which we wish to be optimistic is not going to be created by the belief alone, except to the extent that the belief brings about new behavior. But the word behavior is also, I think, sometimes misunderstood in this context. I'm a big advocate of changing the light bulbs and buying hybrids, and Tipper and I put 33 solar panels on our house and dug the geothermal wells and done all of that other stuff. But as important as it is to change the light bulbs, it's more important to change the laws. And when we change our behavior in our daily lives, we sometimes leave out the citizenship part and the democracy part. In order to be optimistic about this, we have to become incredibly active as citizens in our democracy. In order to solve the climate crisis, we have to solve the democracy crisis.
Okay, the democracy crisis. The democracy crisis is not that we can't count votes. We can't count votes, but that's not the crisis. The democracy crisis is that we don't see democracy as a tool to solve public problems. We're more likely to turn to Starbucks as the solution to whatever environmental problem we are concerned to address, rather than thinking about how to get our governments to deal with it better. And I think we have this problem because each of us has deep in our soul the recognition of the corruption that I spoke of, this green revolution, this corruption that destroys our trust in this institution of governments, our faith that there's any reason to try to engage it. And that perversely creates the reality that to act green in the way that you think we should be acting green, we need to act against green in the sense of against this kind of green, in the sense of fighting the corruption, the addiction to money that defines how members of our government live their life, this dependency that they have upon campaign funds, private campaign funds, to get back into Congress. Now think about this. Yes, thank you. Think about this. Think about this as a dependency. We all understand the problem of dependency. Right? Think about the dependency of an alcoholic. There isn't one of you who hasn't been harmed by alcoholism or harmed others because of your own alcoholism. I know my own family has been destroyed by this disease. So think about the alcoholic. He might be losing his family, his job, his liver. These are all extraordinarily important problems, but what we all know is he will not solve these problems until he solves his alcoholism first. So it's not that the alcoholism is the most important problem, it's not. It's just the first problem. And so too is this true with us. There is no end to the problems that we face as a nation, extraordinarily significant problems from global warming all the way down to the esoteric questions of the regulation of copyright. But we won't address these problems sensibly until we solve this first problem, our own dependency first. Now, I don't come here to ask you to leave the extraordinary movements of environmentalism that you are part of today. But I do suggest that you not expect that these movements will succeed until we solve this first problem of our democracy first. Thank you very much. Thank you.